Hello, Box Scholar here. Thank you for joining me today. This is the first of 2 video tutorials on memorization. Before we continue, I would like to thank you and all my viewers and subscribers for watching this. You make this possible. I make all my videos with you in mind. It means a lot to me. Memorization is a difficult thing. It's really the question I get asked the most about out of any question. I get emails all the time. How do you memorize all this music on the Box Scholar channel? Let me just tell you, I do not have photographic memory. I work very hard at memorization virtually every day. I work very hard at it. It's not something that always comes easily, but with hard work and determination, I can do it, and I know you can do it too. So the purpose of these 2 videos is to walk you through the process I use for memorization, and they are time-tested methods. These work if you put them into practice. If you haven't had a chance yet, I strongly urge you to view the pianistic process video. In that video, I put forth some memorization techniques. Also, I explain how technique enables good reading. Those work together. And then memorization comes at the end of that process. So I strongly urge you to develop your technical skills and reading skills, and that will enable you to memorize better. I am positive that were I not a good reader, by the way, I'm an excellent sight reader. Were I not a good sight reader, and if my technical skills weren't up to par, I guarantee that I would not be able to memorize like I do. So I know that memorization comes at the end of that process. I am using one piece in these 2 videos. It is called Sunburst Rag. It's by James Scott, contemporary of Scott Joplin. It comes out of the Ragtime and Early Blues Piano book, which, by the way, is new for me. I just bought it a couple months ago. Sunburst Rag I'm using because it's a public domain piece. You can print it out. If you don't have the book, I give you the link to print it out. It is new for me. I've only known it maybe about a week. I've played through it a couple times. It's not memorized yet. So this is a perfect piece to show you the process I go through in memorizing. Hopefully you can put those into practice also. So step one for learning a word is get an overview. Play it through a couple times. So I am going to play it through without repeats. And let's just pretend this is sight reading. Of course, I'm not sight reading. I've seen it a few times already, but it's not memorized. So I do need the music still. So I'm going to play through this. Great piece. It's relatively new for me. It's not memorized yet. I strongly urge you to follow along with your music, print it out, get this book if you don't have it already, work on it with me. Okay, so the first step is to get an overview. So I've played it through maybe a couple times, and I get my pencil, and I decide right away, before you do anything else, decide the ideal kind of tempo that you want if you were to perform it. So let me see. I think that the speed I was doing sounded pretty good. That's 72 beats per minute. So I think that sounds nice. I don't think it needs to be much faster. I might change my mind in a week or two. It's okay. But for now, I'm going to write 72. So that will be my goal. Okay? And I guarantee that I won't be able to memorize it at that speed. So we'll have to slow it down. I'll show you that in part 2. So now I want to mark off some sections. This section is pretty difficult here. So I'm going to put an asterisk here, or a check mark. This section here is definitely, this is probably the most difficult section in the third section here. It has a difficult sequence in it, I noticed when I was playing it. So I'll have to pay extra attention to that when I'm memorizing. I also noticed when I played through it that this section, the second section, and the fourth section are really the same music in different keys. We have, that's in one key, and then you have the same thing in another key, in the key of C. That's a good thing because it's only transposed, so we have that much less music to learn. So I've already have an overview. I've marked off my sections that I want to concentrate on. I know how the piece is organized. I know the tempo I want to aim for, 72 beats per minute, although that can change. And oftentimes I do change it in a week or two. But for now, I'm going to shoot towards 72. And in part 2, we will break this down, and I will show you specific memorization techniques and then have a summary at the end. So please stay tuned in this video for just a few words of wisdom that will steer you in the right direction and show you that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. Thank you.